Welcome back, you guys. Uh, right now, what I'm doing in this video is just doing my New Year's set. I was inspired by a set done by Zulay's Nails, and this is going to be the prep work. I'm pushing back my cuticles. I always do that because it'll help me, retain my nails longer if I choose to keep them longer for a longer period of time, and it opens up the nail bed to the additional nail growth. Here I'm just prepping the nail with a buffer that is, a sanding band that is 150 grit. I got that at Zulay's Nails. I pretty much buy a lot of stuff from her and Young Nails. Um, I do all the prep work on both hands, and and this is just gently removing the shine from the nail. When I did remove my acrylic nails from before, I left a very thin layer of acrylic on the rest of the nail, but I'm prepping the actual new growth to make sure that the oils are removed. Here I'm sizing my nails. I prefer nail tips over sculpted nails, but I can do both. Here I am gluing on the tips. And I hope everybody had a happy and healthy new year. I know this is, I should have posted this video a long time ago, but this channel is an educational channel. It's also like a documentary of my nail journey. And I just want people to be able to see my work. If I ever, everything that you do in life, especially when it comes to a skill, people should be able to see your work. So this is more like a place where people can see the type of work that I do and what I'm able to do when it comes to nails. So I hope that you enjoy watching me do my New Year's set. And I'm gonna tell you a story. I have been wanting to do this particular nail set with a clock for over 3 years. And the reason I say that is because I don't do nail art, like painting nail art. I feel very stressed when I'm doing that, so that's not the type of art that I do. I like abstract art because abstract art is simple to do, and you don't feel any stress. It's free. You just based on how you feel is what you do. But in this set, it's really, I wouldn't say it's abstract art because this is just colors and like French tip and just nail stone placement along with charms. So that type of nail art is easier because if you sit here for 4 hours doing your nails, it's very challenging to sit there and then do the drawing. So, but I can have beautiful nails and enjoy them, and also save money in the process, right? Because we're all about saving money today. And yes, I'm all for you going to the nail artist to do your nails, because doing your own nails is very challenging. A lot of nail technicians understand that, and so they'll either do press-ons or or they won't do their own nails. They'll have someone else do their nails for them. I don't blame them. If you have somebody that can do your nails the way that you like, or to give you a beautiful design, go for it. But I've never been one to have too many people in my circle, so I'm okay with just doing my own nails. And then at least I have the control of what I like and what I don't like. And that's basically why I do my own nails now. I used to do them so that I would have a skill in case I needed an extra skill. But right now, I'm just doing nails because I want my nails done. And I fell in love with the nail art, um, the abstract nail art, the bling placement, and that sort of thing. So right here, I'm just shaping the nails and making sure that I don't have to do this with a file. So just making sure they're all the same size. I've thought about getting the magnets, but I'm like, why get the magnets? Because the more small stuff you have, the more small stuff you got to put away or look for or lose. So, and here I'm buffing the nail because I want to have a place for the gel polish to adhere, because these are going to be red bottoms, um, and you want the gel to stick to the tip. And I got the black from Young Nails, the Speed Clear from Young Nails. That's a summer story. I bought that at Walmart, and that was like more than 4 years ago. I don't know if they still offer it at Walmart, but I'm not too much of a gel person, and so I bought that because it was a red, and red is a basic color that you should have. And sometimes, you may not want to use red acrylic, because I usually use color acrylics and encapsulate. But to do the red bottoms method, this is great because your nail won't be as thick. So here I'm doing a Frenchie. I'm sorry that my camera is not getting most of it. I don't have a good setup for these videos. Then again, I don't do them that often, so it kind of doesn't really matter to me. As long as you can see something that's, you can see the process. It doesn't have to be perfect for me. I don't know. I think perfection, the people are obsessed with making things perfect, and I think the pursuit of perfection, in a sense, I mean, it can help your life, but sometimes it could diminish your joy. So learn to be okay with things not being exactly perfect. So if the angle is not perfect, but you can see what's happening, I'm good to go. All right, here's the second coat. So I cured this in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then I wiped the inhibition layer. There's a sticky tacky layer with some alcohol. And then I'm doing the second coat because the first coat wasn't pigmented enough. And then I'm going to cure on the lamp for 60 seconds. Here I'm using G10 from Toulé's Nails. But I never use it in the video. I just end up not using it, you guys. Oh yes, I do use it, excuse me. I do use it on the ring finger. So all the nails except the ring finger nails on both hands will have that. And then I'm going to encapsulate that with Speed Clear here. And I wanted to use those stars, but it was kind of like a waste to use the stars. I was just excited about receiving them and wanted to use them, but you can't really see them in the design, so it was kind of useless. But sometimes, we get excited about the new things that we get, and we don't get to use them. And it's okay. There will be a set that I will do that I will need those stars, and I've been looking for those gold stars for years, and I finally found them. I put them in an unboxing video. I don't think I uploaded it yet. But anyway, I'm definitely going to use those stars. I just got to keep it somewhere where it's not going to disappear, close to my nail table. All right, here we're going to, and you notice that I didn't throw away that glitter. I'm like trying to be frugal with my supplies, because even if I have an abundance of supplies, you shouldn't waste it, because if a period in time comes where I have to really use these products, you can generate income from it. if you choose to start a business. But for now, this is just a hobby. All right, and we are going to go ahead and use a little bit of that Speed Clear acrylic to add the glitter. And this is one of my favorite glitters from Soleil's Nails. It's like I don't know I forgot what they call it, but it's just beautiful. I ended up ordering 2 ounces of it, and I keep thinking, oh, I should get more, but the reality is I don't use it enough to want me to get another anymore, right? 2 ounces should be enough, especially if the only person's nails I'm doing are mine. Okay, now this whole nail will have some bling on it, and I'm just gonna use this as the base for the bling. All right, so I'll be right back, you guys. Enjoy the video. So this is a Young Nails Slick Pore Powder, and these are, you can use them for the you can use them as acrylic if you're going to be using acrylic, but the slick pore powders, I believe, are for when you do the acrylic nails, and it has to be super fine. And they use an accelerator, and they use something else. I forgot what those are called. Those are the ones like the dip powder nails, something like that. Anyway, I don't like that method. I've tried that method and I never liked it. I prefer the acrylic, the regular acrylic method. But here, what I'm doing is I'm adding the Speed Clear and mixing it with the black, because it's gonna give it strength, because the pigment, it has so much pigment. These acrylics that are color acrylics have so much pigment that they don't have any strength. So if you when you're laying down dark acrylic colors, you will find that it's difficult when you encapsulate them, because if you make any scratches with your buffer, or if you make, those are easy to see. And so you don't want your buffer, if the scratches are showing at the top of the nail, then it's gonna take away from the beauty of it, right? You don't want to see it. So if you mix the thin acrylic, all this pigmented acrylic, with a little bit of clear, then it'll strengthen the acrylic, because the clear is good for structure and for strength. And so you don't, this is a method that I used, and it kind of worked very well for whenever, that way I don't have to encapsulate it, and then all them scratches are not showing. Because I've done my nails before and it just bothered me to no end. So I was like, this time around I'm using this black color. I'm just gonna try this method and see if it is successful, and it was. I was very pleased. But that's the reason why I'm mixing that Speed Clear in with my Young Nails Slick Pore black color. And I just wanted to explain that in this video for you guys. Now, as far as the ratios, I didn't use too much of the clear, because I kind of tried to put it in another container and see if the black was gonna be good enough. But what I end up doing is mixing everything together, those two containers together, and keeping and using the small dish for the application. Okay, so another thing that you should be aware of is that you should put a little bit of clear acrylic at the base of the nail, so that when you go to remove the acrylic later on, you don't have your nails stained in the color that you're using. And in this case, it's black, and who wants to have black looking stains on the nail bed? So I did put a little bit of clear to protect the nail bed and for adhesion, so that when I remove it by filing it off or soaking it off, that I don't have my nails tainted and stained black. Okay, so I did end up using a little bit of clear acrylic to build up the nail. However, adding that clear acrylic to the slick pour color did help me with controlling the product a lot better. Um, I just didn't have to build the nail up as high. I was able to use less. The goal was not to use this, but I ended up, once I finished working on the nails, instead of using more of that pigment because my nails were already black, I just went ahead and did the additional, uh, I added I did encapsulate with the clear. So here I'm using Zule's top coat, shiny top coat, uh, for the nails. The inspiration pick was matte, and I did try a matte, but it has some streaks in it, and I didn't like the fact that the streaks were there. So I said, you know what, can't go wrong with glossy. So I just went ahead and did the glossy. So I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I just want you to know that I wasn't able to record every the placement of the stones and the glitter and the charms, but I will show a picture of the final look. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Bye for now. Until next time.